series where I'm using the Energy Oracle Healing Energy Oracle deck by Mario. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Dugai. Sorry if I'm butchering that. I really enjoy this deck. I do like to use Oracle cards. It's part of my spiritual practices. And this is a deck that I really, really like. It has a card you can pull, and there's a nice affirmation. So the one that I pulled today is called Goodness. And this is what it looks like. It's all backwards. It's really cool. And I'll read it, and then I will go through what some of the different sentences need to make. So, I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest, and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. This one was just perfect today for me. I got it. I said, oh, yes, can't wait to talk about this. So I overcome my imperfections. So, those of us in recovery, we talk a lot about character defects, shortcomings, things like that. So, I consider those things some of my imperfections. And actually, in particularly, some of my imperfections, the biggest ones that always seem to come up for me and always are a problem is my perfectionism, my control, and my people pleasing. And I have to say, I'm not sure if I've overcome them like this card may suggest, and maybe one day, but I feel like they are just so much, they're just lessened. They're not as these big evil things in my life that used to control me and make me behave in really poor ways towards other people and towards myself. I mean, I treated myself sometimes the worst out of anybody. So I have done a lot of work on making sure that I'm okay with things not being perfect. This video right now is could probably do it a little bit better, honestly, but you know what? Here we are. This is it. And there's things I do that I just accept that I'm not going to do them perfectly. I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes. And I don't mean to sugarcoat this because that took a long time for me to say and to really believe, because I can say something and think about it intellectually, but till it gets to my heart and I really believe it, it's just totally different. Yeah. Um, I work really hard on that. And I know when I've got to a really good place with something, when I really feel it in my heart and I really believe it. And I really believe that I do not have to be perfect. I truly believe that. And I also truly believe that I do not need to control every single situation. If I did, this world would not be running very well because my ideas aren't always the best. I have some good ones, but they're maybe not necessarily the best ideas for the world and how things should be. So, giving up control and allowing others to do what they need to do in order to live their lives, as long as they're not doing anything to hurt me or hurt somebody I love or anything like that, it's going to be what it's going to be. As I said, I think I said in other videos that, just it's already preordained. The plan's already there. I'm just along for the ride. I'm there to fulfill whatever destiny or karma, whatever word you want to use, that my higher power wants me to do today. So, what is there to control? The only thing I can control is my attitude and my reaction. So I can have a situation occur and I can choose to have a certain reaction or certain attitude about it. And I can always change that. Can't change anybody else's, but I can change mine. And that has served me very, very well for many, many things. And then the people pleasing. It's not as severe as a defect as it once was. I really, really, really struggled with people. I was so obsessed with everybody liking me. And if you didn't like me, I would like do really annoying and absurd things to try to get you to like me. And I came to realize that not everyone's going to like me and I'm not going to like everybody else. So it's just how it is. It's how the world is. I'm supposed to have in my life who I'm supposed to have in my life, and then I'm not. And that's just how it works. And then also making sure everybody is happy around me. Not everyone's going to be happy all the time. Not everybody's going to be a certain way that I want them to be all the time. Um, that's just how it is. And there's a lot that went into that, a lot of safety issues, a lot of other things that I'm working really hard on, and it's getting a lot better. It really is. So I feel like I'm starting to overcome some of these things, but maybe not quite done. That also goes back to polishing my character. So when I'm working on these things that cripple me, these are things that cripple me, that hold me back, that do not allow me to be the best self, do not allow me to be that person that my higher power wants me to be. That's what I'm talking about here. And that polishes my character, and I feed on the positive of that. So all the positive things that start to happen when I'm doing these character building activities do nothing but make me feel positive about myself, about the situation, about whatever it is, even about the past, even about bad things that happened in the past. Having a positive outlook on that, that's a tricky one. But there are situations where I do feel like, yeah, even though that thing happened, it was really horrible. It did this for me, or it produced that, or because of that, I got to this, and now now I'm here. And I can put a positive spin on some not so great stuff. I don't have to like it, but I can kind of see where maybe it did help me a little bit in my life. I know that's another big concept that took quite a long time. So thus I free myself, right? So there's a sense of freedom here when I'm overcoming these things and working on my character. And I allow my goodness to manifest, become a source of joy. So then my true self, my spiritual self, the self my higher power wants to be can then come through when all these things are now no longer a problem. They're no longer an issue. I'm not just making everybody around me miserable all the time. I'm able to now be in this beautiful place of service, and also of service to myself. I have to do a lot of practice, not a lot, but I do a bunch of spiritual practices. I switch them up, I change them around. There's a lot of things that I do to work on the imperfections and polishing the character. Um, and then through gentleness, so I've had to learn to be very gentle with myself. Some of these things are very challenging. Some of these things are not easy at all. I still have a hard time talking about some things that am working on, and that's just what it is. But there are things that I have talked about, I have worked on, and through gentleness, by being gentle with myself, allowing myself to feel or do whatever it is I needed to do to work through it, and I came out on the other side. So I know I can do it with some of this other stuff. I know it. So I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. That word unconditional is very interesting. Um, I don't know about you, but when I think about the word unconditional, and then I think about unconditional love, I go, really? Can somebody really love me unconditionally? Can I really love someone else unconditionally? And I can. I definitely can. There are people that I've met that I just have this overwhelming love for, and I feel very connected to them. I'm not sure why sometimes, but I do. And understanding, I can understand people. I don't have to like it. I don't have to try to fix it either. That's a freeing thing. I can just offer understanding and love to other people and to myself. Because the more I can add it to myself, the better things are for me. And these things have not come easy. This has taken a lot of a lot of work. Um, but things that I love to help people work on, and I love to try to bring out with some of the practices that I have and some of the services that I offer. So I really, really, really enjoy this card because it is all about love, and it's green. So green's our heart chakra. So it's all interconnected for me. When I pulled this one, I was so excited to talk about it. Um, so I offer that to you. I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love. I want to offer that to you. And that's my hope for you today, whoever is listening. I hope that you can get that in your life, and hope maybe you can give that to other people too. It can be a tall order at times, but I hope maybe at some point it's true for you. It's been true for me. And I'd love to help you get there. So if you're interested in anything I'm talking about, you want to learn more, you can visit my website, www.peacewecrave. I'd love to connect with you more there. And as always, thank you. Thank you for listening, and be well.